All right, guys. Today we have an interesting one for you. All right, so we are going to be doing a hunt. It's only a 5 pet hunt, but this is going to be for those players that are just coming off of Tutorial Island. They have their newbie rifle and maybe a couple ped worth of ammo and maybe a few extra ped. So you're going to be wanting 5 ped of ammo, so 50,000 universal ammo. I'm using the Solomate Rubero, or Rubio, just because I don't have my tutorial rifle anymore, but its DPS is not much higher, and I picked this up from another player in Cali Trade. If you do not know how to join Cali Trade, so you can see all these people trying to sell things, you're just going to type \join. Then you're going to do the uh, hashtag symbol. I can't remember the other name for it. And then you're just going to type Cali Trade. And then if you look in your main chat, it'll say Cali Trade joined channel. You select here, and it'd be on your list. I have a feeling since I just did it, I actually left the channel, so for some reason it's not on my list. But that is how you join the trade channel. There are people who will sell them. I bought mine for 0.7 ped per. I bought 5 of them earlier. There's a guy who had 30 of them. If there's no one available to sell them, we're going to go right up here to the auctioneer and show you how to find one. Let's see. So you could just type it in here. You could type Bureau and you'll get them all popping up here. So these ones, you want to organize it by value, or actually best here, sorry. Organize it by buyout. So you want the cheapest buyout possible, 1 ped. And you're going to want to make sure that value it says listed is that 0.09, because that item will be full TT value, and you don't want to buy anything that's not full TT value. So you can get as much use of the items you want. You can pick them up for 1 ped a piece if you do not have your tutorial weapon any longer. Alright, so we are here at Camp Icarus. There's the teleporter right there. And when you came in from Newbie Island, Thule, you would have came in right down there. We are actually going to equip our weapon here. And you go right down here to find these Tripudion or something like that. Let's see. Tripudion. I don't know if that's how you say it. There's the punies down here. They spawn quickly. They have the least amount of hit points out of any of the punies. They have 10 hit points. So with a weapon like this, it takes 4 to 5 shots to kill one, which is great because you're trying to get a good return. The whole point of this video is I'm trying to show you guys that you can potentially make your money back on your hunts as long as you're willing to stick to fighting something that is easy like this. You're not going to have huge profit gains, mind you, but you should at least be able to replace your ammo and hopefully be able to replace the weapon cost. A 5 ped hunt, like we are going to be doing, does not have enough like overhead where it's a huge risk, but it won't consume the 600 something shots. We'll end up using the entire durability of this weapon. So at the end of this hunt, if you end up coming out with 5.5 PED, you'll actually come out ahead or about even. I did this run earlier just to do a test right before this. I ended up with about 6.25 PED, and I still had 39% of my weapon left. So I definitely came out ahead. Not a huge profit margin, but it would allow you to get in here, get some kills, get your skills up, um, and that's really what it's going to be about. It's a cheap way to get some gameplay in. It will really allow you to work on your codex challenge, which is always good free skill. Well, not really free, but it's good skill, good bonus on top of what you're going to be getting here. A nice thing about this Rubio, it it gives good skill gain. Um, the skill increase bonus lasts for a while, meaning, um, so if you see here, yes, I have a chance to gain the skill increase bonus on damage and hit, and that's important because I'm already Laser Sniper 6. So that means this is something you could do if you're low on PED and you're still trying to get to be able to use like what's the Armor Max or whatever LR10 rifle, and you don't necessarily have the Z12 Barbella, which is a great weapon, but it's less likely to make you a profit in this type of situation. This, we're trying to really keep our costs low because killing these punies, you're guaranteed something. You're guaranteed a minimum amount of resource back. So what we're really trying to do is we're really trying to reduce what we're spending, because if we can get it down as low as possible, since you're guaranteed something, a minimum, and then all you can do is potentially get better drops from there, you're really increasing your likelihood and potential for money gained. So that's really what we're trying to accomplish here. Mind you, if this does work out and we do end up gaining a small amount of money off of this, then what it's going to really allow you to do is just continual gameplay. I don't think you're going to be able to get massive gains off of this as far as PED gains. There's it's just not very likely, and I mean, as great as this is, everyone knows there's burnout factor. If you end up just doing this for weeks on end, you're going to get burnt out of the game, especially since you're not going to be gaining enough for this to end up being, um, worth like losing complete interest over a game you enjoy. It would be much better, in my opinion, do stuff that you'd love to do, something you enjoy. So I'm hoping this video just allows new players to be able to really get a feel for the game without wasting or spending a lot of money, especially since a lot of people, myself included, when I first joined like a week or so ago, I went past Camp Icarus and I went and started killing let's see, what are they called? These guys. The Catagurgis or whatever, and the Barraclids. I was fighting those, which they have more hit points, so your cost per kill is going to be higher, but they have, since they're all punies, their kind of loot tables that they're drawing from are pretty much the same. Um, so, feasibly it makes more sense to kill something that it's going to be easier to increase your chance of gain. So we've used, 15,000 universal ammo, and I don't know why that didn't stack. We're at 10,000 scrap, 12,000 scrap, and a little bit in muscle oil. So we'll see if this ends up coming out even or not. I did have a good run earlier. Um, in that chunk of ammo, I did end up getting a drop of a little over 1 PED, which really helped. Uh, but the goal is here, even if we don't end up coming out 100% over our mark doing this off of the 5 PED run, you're going to be getting a decent amount of shrapnel back, and you're also going to be still have some left over on this weapon. So in this 5 PED run, you're not going to be, even though it's a total of, let's say, 6 PED, you're not going to be completely out of a weapon and out of ammo. You can just recycle that shrapnel back into ammo, and you still have about 30 to 40% of your weapon left. So you can just continue to have more gameplay. You can also roll that back into your storage, and then you could leave that there and just give you something to do later. You could take your shrapnel you get, convert it into universal ammo, and you could go do some mining or whatnot. So let's really see what we end up getting here, and see what happens. I have a little bit higher evasion skill than what you guys might have. My evasion profession is level 2, so that's probably going to be higher than what you guys are at. That helps with me, their attacks missing a little bit on me. So you guys might need to be fighting these a little bit more range, take it a little slower. You're not really trying to rush through it. If it takes you, 30, 40 minutes to do this, that's fine. I'm personally, up in it. I'm trying to get it over fast so you guys can get, this data quicker. I'm trying to show live proof here that it's possible. Also, these, for anyone who's new, these animal muscle oils, I only have one thus far, but they have a pretty decent sell value as well. I would recommend holding on to them till you have a couple PED worth. I'd say 10 at the minimum. Then you can advertise to sell them in the Cali trade chat or local chat, especially if, because you do right click market value, see it's 102%. Doesn't seem like much, but every little bit helps. So ideally, if let's say you want to sell them to some player in Cali trade chat, you might try to sell them for like 101.5. Just a slight margin of difference, or 101.2, or yeah, 102%, sorry. Reason behind that is just a little bit under, increases the likelihood of your selling. You can't, when you list stuff on the auction house, you can't put in a amount of PEC. It's only bids and stuff like that in flat PED increments. So if you try to sell it and try to specifically get that 102%, you're going to end up with very odd numbers and very hard to get that percentage when you only have a small number of the resource. So it's better to hold on to it a little bit. If you're really hurting for cash, you can trade it to the trade terminal. But if you have the ability to, holding on to it is your best option. Let's see. I don't believe these guys have, at least I haven't gotten any weapon drops off of them. But who's to say? Maybe it's just a really rare drop off of them. Yeah, I got a few more, so that's good. We've used, what, a little more than half our ammo so far. I didn't get any decent drops until I was on the lower end of what I had left last time. So who knows? It's still looking up for us. Just not that great thus far. Let's see what I get over here. Pistol, pistol. You'll also end up getting a lot of other random skills. I'm obviously using a rifle. You could do this with a pistol if you wanted to. I recommend the rifle at least in the beginning, because you're gonna have a larger or a longer range. So it's gonna allow you to get more hits off before the creature can hit you. And then with those lower evade skills, they're gonna be hitting you quite often. So the rifle is definitely a nice benefit in the beginning. Stevie B, like I said in my last video I made, he has a great video on a place where you can get free evade skill. Mind you, it's not super quick, but it will cost you nothing, but it's a little bit of your time. It's a great method if you're semi-AFK. It allowed him to get up to level, I think, 19 evader in his first year of gameplay, which I guess is a really, really good growth speed. So I don't think I'm going to beat that. But I do spend some time in, what's it called again? In Zycon Citadel, which is over here. So from Camp Ick, you just go north, then you swim over for about, I think it's about 5 minutes of swimming, or sorry, you teleport to Hestia here. Yeah, that's right, because you start with this teleport. Then you swim north, and then you swim east, or sorry, you walk north to the river, swim east for about 5 minutes, go on to land, go north, go on to land, and if you get killed, the closest revive to that location is Zycon Citadel, so then you teleport the rest of the way there. Sorry, little off chat there. Anyway, but the that location has some of the highest level monsters on Calypso. So the reason that's good is because they one-shot you, and getting hit by something that high level in comparison to your own, you get higher skill gains. I know it's kind of weird. They end up tapering off to a point, but I mean, if you go there right off the bat and start doing that, I'm talking you'll get like 4 or 5 points of evasion in your skill tree here under defense. I only have 199 obviously, but you get 4 or 5 points when you get a tick of that from getting hit or killed, but which is a pretty damn good growth. Considering the fact, I think when these guys hit me, I'm getting like 0.4, so not even quite half a point. These guys go down pretty quick, which is good. If you guys have any questions about why it chose this location or anything, go ahead and ask in the comments. I love to hear your questions. Also, if you have any recommendations on things that you want me to try or try to help explain. Haven't been playing too long, but I've done a decent amount of research, and I'm actually in a society with some pretty good people. It is University of EU Entropia Universe, with the very own Stevie B in it. He's not on that much because he's got other things he's doing, but there's a bunch of other good people that willing to help you out and willing to answer any questions needed. Also to help you guys when fighting, it might not be a huge increase because these things are decently fast, but once you start hitting them, start walking backwards just to prolong the distance between you, allow you to maybe get an extra shot off before they get to you. Oh, we're about a fifth of the way done as far as ammo's concerned. Oh, I think I'm getting some lag. Or it's a bugged mob, maybe. Oh, I'm definitely getting some lag here, guys. Yeah, I don't know if this is just me or if this is a server. Uh, Not great though. Oh. And the skill boost proc. That's weird timing, but whatever. That was a large lag spike. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what that's going to look like in the video. We're getting close to being done here. Haven't gotten any super great drops on this one, so let's cross our fingers. Right now we're looking, I think we got about one PED left, or just under, yeah. Oh, we got 0.45 muscle oils there. Who knows? We might still be able to pull this back. Ideally, we at least want to be able to replace our ammo cost. Dang, that guy's just butchering them with his cybernetics or mind force stuff he's got going on. Not that great of drops this time, guys. Grenadier, never used grenade. Oh, can't say that. I have used a little bit of rocket launchers count as grenadier, actually. And there is a low-level rocket launcher you can get. It's not that great, but it's, I guess, a first step. Let's put this back on Cali Trade. See that guy right there, Jax, selling full Solimate Rubios for 0.7 PED a piece. It's not the best deal I've seen, but it's cheaper than what you can get them on the auction house. So that's always something. We're gonna try to kill as many of these as we can with our remaining ammo. Probably get another 5 or 6 in. Hope we get enough to break even. Not looking like it though. Not quite. We're not gonna be that far off though, I don't think. Ooh, that one actually. I think we can come out even on ammo wise. You'd have to be able to sell. You have to TT the oils, but it still gives a good example of you know, potential profits here. I've had 0 good drops here. I mean, that one was what, like a point four, like half ped, almost half ped on those oils, or whatever. The one I got earlier was half ped on ammo. That one was like half ped on, or sorry, half ped on oil. That one was about a half ped on shrapnel. Not the best. These guys don't have a huge loot pool though, so you can't expect crazy amount. But I did get almost a 2 ped earlier, so there's a good potential here. And I think their minimal global is like 5 ped, so there is a potential for that. I think it would take a lot of killing for that to be an option. But we've gotten some good skills from these things. Let's see here. Laser weaponry. So I'm already at a decent level of weapon. Laser weapon mastery, but I've already gotten, what? Almost 20 points? 40, or I got almost 40 points, sorry. Which is crazy good, considering the fact, did at a very low cost. What? Potentially 5 pad plus weapons. So, for me, 5.7, but 6 in total if you guys had to buy it off the auction house. So we got one more after this one. Might be able to, I'll say 2 more. We'll try for 2 more. If I don't mess up any extras. See if we get any good loot. Cross your fingers. Cross your fingers. We got 1 more in us. Ah, damn it. Not quite. But we will count our remaining ammo. Not much. 2-pack, but not much. So you see, we're still got 39.4 left. So, you know, you can still get a decent amount of killing in with the remainder of your weapon. The whole purpose of this video is to show that there is a potential for earnings here. The one I did just before this, same amount of ammo, same weapon. I ended up with about like 6.5 ped total of loot. So, and still had 39.4% left on my weapon. Let's go up here, do a full tally. But it does look like we're going to be at just a smudge over 4.5 ped worth. So we didn't quite make back our ammo cost, but what this really does show is that you could easily cycle this through. Since you got 39% left in your weapon, cycle this through, just continuously do so over and over and over till you burn through the remainder of your weapon TT, the durability value. And actually we could also go like this. We could put that, oh, well, let's put that on then. Put that there. Put that, oh, that's not going to be a good indication because it's purchases for more than, anyway, we'll add 2-pack to our purchase. Go like this, like that. So yeah, 4.5. I bought my weapon for technically 4.6. 0.7, but let's say you bought it for 1 ped from the auction house just to be on the safe side. So, you know, you got 40 pec left on that. So I ended up with, at that point, 5 ped back. So I was 1 ped down in cost, which isn't that bad. I would end up just cycling this ammo through, running the weapon until there's nothing left on it. So I just put this back on. I would just go convert ammo, bam, and then I'm good to go again. I got, you know, 4 ped worth of ammo here, and I just burn through the rest of this, and then chances are you're not going to come out super, um, you're not going to be getting anything like super great, but it allows you to continuously play for a lengthy period of time at a really low cost. And I think that's one of the things that really help. I do not recommend right off the bat killing anything that is over in that region, just because they are other punies, but they do have more hit points. They have 20 hit points apiece, so it's double. So, and their loot table isn't any better. Here, I'll go ahead and kill one as an example. Let's find one. There's one. Watch this just freaking completely counteract me here and like drop a couple PED. No. See, it's about the same. So it's not any different. It's twice as hard though. Also, if you guys don't have that money, those tripod whatever's down there, Tripudions or whatever, they're lower level. They don't hit that hard. You could go ahead. You could sweat them. You could use your VSE Mark 1 and you could sweat them. You get a couple sweat off of them and then kill them. Then you could sell your sweat like this guy here for about 1 PED per 1,000. Mind you, it's not going to be a quick process to get 1,000 PED. He's actually selling it a little cheaper, but it is what it is. He's trying to really sell it quickly. The going rate is about 1 PED per 1,000. So, all right, guys. Sorry I didn't really make a good profit here on this one, but trying to show a good spot for new players to level up and potentially make a decent income. You're not going to be making any real money from this, but obviously just trying to extend your playtime with as little money you have, or if you're just only willing to deposit a couple dollars a month into the game. Hopefully this was informative for you guys. All right, I will see you next time.